When Lauryn Hill,
And the entire time was like a complete blessing that there were people not only in New York, Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Bronx, New Jersey, who appreciated our music, but people out here in Amsterdam, people in New Zealand and Australia and Africa were buying records from
one of the most influential and celebrated artists in modern music, suddenly stepped away from the spotlight. It left fans across the world confused, intrigued, and searching for answers. For over a decade, she had dominated the industry with unmatched talent, shaping the sound of hip-hop and soul. So when she disappeared, it didn't just feel unexpected, it felt almost impossible. In this video, we're diving deep into the real reasons behind Lauryn Hill's sudden withdrawal from the music industry, and what the future might still hold for one of hip-hop's most iconic voices. So what exactly happened? Lauryn Hill, the legendary artist behind the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, captivated millions with her soulful voice, raw emotion, and fearless storytelling. She wasn't just another star, she was a movement. But at the height of her success, she made a decision that shocked the world. She walked away from the very industry that had made her a global icon. Over the years, countless theories have emerged. Some point to legal battles, others to personal struggles. And then there are deeper speculations about industry pressure, control, and the cost of staying true to yourself. In this video, we're going to break it all down, separating facts from rumors, and exploring whether a true comeback is still possible. Stay with us as we uncover the untold story of Lauryn Hill, the story of a woman who chose authenticity over fame and peace over pressure. Lauryn Hill's rise to fame was nothing short of legendary. In 1998, she released The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, an album that didn't just succeed, it rewrote the rules. Blending hip-hop, soul, R&B, and reggae into something entirely new, Lauryn created a sound that felt both deeply personal and universally relatable. The album explored love, heartbreak, identity, and the struggle of balancing fame with real life. At the same time, it boldly addressed social issues like race, inequality, and self-worth, topics many artists were afraid to touch at that level. The result? History. The album debuted at number 1, selling over 422,000 copies in its first week, a record for a female artist at the time. But the impact went far beyond numbers. Lauryn Hill swept the industry, winning 5 Grammy Awards and earning widespread critical acclaim. She wasn't just successful, she was untouchable. Magazine covers, movie offers, global recognition. Everything pointed to one thing: Lauryn Hill was set to define the next era of music. But behind the scenes, things were already beginning to unravel. Before the fame, before the awards, Lauryn Hill's journey started in East Orange, New Jersey, where she was born on May 26, 1975. Raised in a supportive and creative household, her parents encouraged both education and artistic expression from an early age. Surrounded by a rich mix of cultures and sounds, from reggae to R&B, Lauryn developed a unique musical identity that would later set her apart from everyone else. In school, she stood out immediately. At Columbia High School, she excelled academically while actively performing in theater and music programs. Her talent wasn't hidden, it was undeniable. Even as a teenager, she had a presence that demanded attention. One early moment said it all. After performing the national anthem at a school basketball game, her version became so popular that it was replayed at future games. That's when it became clear, this wasn't just talent. This was the beginning of something much bigger. As she grew, Lauryn immersed herself deeper into music, eventually crossing paths with Wyclef Jean and Pras Michel. Together, they formed the group that would change everything, the Fugees. Their first album in 1994 didn't make much noise, but instead of giving up, they came back stronger. In 1996, they released The Score, and everything changed. With hits like Ready or Not and Killing Me Softly, the album became a global phenomenon. It topped charts, sold over 20 million copies worldwide, and earned multiple Grammy Awards. The Fugees were no longer just a group, they were a force. But success came with pressure. Behind the scenes, tensions were growing. Creative differences, personal conflicts, and a complicated relationship between Lauryn and Wyclef began to fracture the group. Eventually, the cracks became too deep to ignore. In 1997, just 1 year after their biggest success, the Fugees broke up. For Lauryn, this wasn't the end. It was the beginning of something even bigger. Her solo debut, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, didn't just elevate her career, it cemented her legacy. She became the first female rapper to debut at #1 on the Billboard 200 and later achieved Diamond certification. Critics praised the album as one of the greatest of all time, and even today, it still holds that status. But while the world celebrated her, a storm was building behind the scenes. During the album's production, Lauryn worked with a group of musicians known as New Arc. However, after the album's release, they filed a massive lawsuit, claiming they were not properly credited for their contributions. What followed was a long and exhausting legal battle. For 3 years, the case dragged on, casting a shadow over Lauryn's success. In the end, she settled the lawsuit, reportedly paying millions. But the damage had already been done. The lawsuit didn't just affect her career, it changed her perspective. Lauryn Hill began to feel disillusioned with the industry. The same system that once praised her now felt manipulative, untrustworthy, and exhausting. She became more guarded, more distant. Fame, which once felt like an opportunity, now felt like a trap. At the same time, she began searching for something deeper, turning towards spirituality and distancing herself from the spotlight. Her connection with a religious figure known as Brother Anthony became a major influence during this period, though it also sparked controversy and concern from those around her. In 2001, Lauryn attempted a return with her MTV Unplugged performance. But it wasn't what people expected. Instead of polished hits, fans got raw emotion, long spoken reflections, unfiltered thoughts about pain, identity, and the pressures of fame. Some called it genius, others didn't understand it at all. After that, Lauryn Hill slowly faded from the mainstream. She released music only occasionally, turned down major opportunities, faced health issues, dealt with legal troubles, including tax charges that led to prison time. One by one, the pressures of fame, controversy, and personal struggles pushed her further away from the industry. And eventually, she stepped back completely. Lauryn Hill didn't disappear because she couldn't succeed. She disappeared because she chose something else. Peace, truth, control over her own life. And that's what makes her story so powerful. Because sometimes, walking away is the boldest move of all. After the massive success of The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, something unexpected happened. Silence. Fans were waiting, the industry was watching, and yet, the music never came. By 2003, Lauryn Hill was reportedly deep into work on her highly anticipated second album. Columbia Records had invested millions, believing lightning would strike twice. Artists were flown in, sessions were planned. The pressure was enormous. But behind closed doors, things weren't going smoothly. Collaborators were left waiting in hotel rooms. Recording sessions were delayed, then delayed again. What was supposed to be a comeback slowly turned into uncertainty. And eventually, Columbia pulled the plug. The album was never released. As time went on, Lauryn's presence in music became increasingly rare. A single here, a performance there, nothing consistent. Fans grew frustrated. Industry insiders started asking questions. How does someone at the very top just disappear? At the same time, her decisions began raising eyebrows. She shut down her nonprofit organization, built a private studio in her apartment, distanced herself from the traditional industry system. During tours, criticism started to grow. Reports of lateness, unpredictable performances, and what some described as diva-like behavior began to shape a new narrative around her. To some, she had lost touch. To others, she was simply refusing to play by the rules anymore. But behind all of this, there was something deeper. Lauryn Hill wasn't just dealing with career challenges, she was facing personal battles too. Health issues began to surface. During a European tour, she reportedly collapsed on stage, forcing her to cancel multiple shows. The pressure of fame, expectations, and constant scrutiny began to take a toll. And slowly, step by step, she pulled away. Not because she couldn't continue, but because she didn't want to live that life anymore. For fans, it was hard to accept. Many still believed she had more to give, that she could return and dominate the industry all over again. But the truth is, time had moved on. A new generation of artists had taken over, a new sound, a new audience. If Lauryn Hill were to return, she wouldn't just be competing, she'd have to reconnect with listeners who barely grew up with her music. And while her timeless style could still resonate, it wasn't guaranteed. But maybe none of that even mattered, because Lauryn Hill never seemed interested in chasing relevance again. She chose something different. She chose distance. Then came one of the most defining moments of her life, her legal battle. In 2012, Lauryn Hill pleaded guilty to 3 counts of tax evasion after failing to file taxes on approximately $1.8 million in earnings. It shocked fans. Not because celebrities don't face legal issues, but because this was Lauryn Hill, the woman who once stood at the top of the world. The case revealed a deeper story. Lauryn explained that during those years, she had stepped away from the industry completely. Disillusioned by the business, she withdrew, both creatively and financially. But that withdrawal came at a cost. In 2013, she was sentenced to 3 months in federal prison, followed by home confinement and financial penalties. She served her time quietly, away from the spotlight. And for many, it marked the lowest point of her journey. But even then, she didn't break. After her release, Lauryn slowly returned to performing. Not as frequently, not as predictably, but still with that same undeniable presence. The voice was still there. The message was still there. On social media, however, her image became complicated. While older fans still saw her as a legend, newer conversations painted a different picture. Memes about her lateness, criticism of her performances, accusations that she no longer cared. The narrative shifted, from icon to controversy. Lauryn addressed this directly. In a 2016 statement, she explained that her lateness wasn't about disrespect, it was about alignment, about making sure she could deliver something real, something authentic, something honest. Because for her, performing wasn't just a job, it was energy, it was truth. And if that wasn't right, she wouldn't force it. Still, controversy followed. Even her personal life became public discussion, especially after comments made by her daughter sparked backlash online. Lauryn defended herself, stating she was disciplining, not abusing, but the damage to public perception had already been done. And yet, despite everything, her core fan base never left. There are still people who wait hours after shows just to see her. Still people who believe that when Lauryn Hill steps on stage, it's worth it. In recent years, glimpses of that magic have returned. Her 25th anniversary tour for the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill reminded the world exactly who she is. And when she reunited with her former Fugees members, Wyclef Jean and Pras, it felt like a full circle moment. Not just nostalgia, legacy. Because no matter the controversy, the absence, or the silence, Lauryn Hill's impact is permanent. She's also never stopped standing for something bigger. Through philanthropy, activism, and her music, she's consistently used her voice to address real issues: mass incarceration, racial inequality, and systemic injustice. Whether it was speaking out at the Vatican or releasing protest music like Black Rage, Lauryn Hill has always been more than just an artist. She's a symbol of talent, of resistance, of walking away when the world expects you to stay. And maybe that's the real story here. Lauryn Hill didn't fall off. She stepped away. And sometimes, that says more than any comeback ever could. Beyond the music, Lauryn Hill has consistently used her voice for something bigger. She's been a passionate advocate for preserving cultural heritage and uplifting communities around the world. From supporting arts education programs to backing grassroots initiatives, Lauryn has dedicated time and energy to protecting traditional art forms and promoting cultural diversity. But her impact doesn't stop there. She's also taken on the role of mentor, guiding young artists, entrepreneurs, and activists who are trying to find their own path. Through workshops, outreach programs, and community events, Lauryn has worked directly with youth, encouraging them to think bigger, act with purpose, and become leaders in their own environments. Her mission has always been clear: not just to inspire, but to empower. And her efforts haven't gone unnoticed. In 1999, Lauryn Hill was honored with a presidential award from the NAACP, recognizing her humanitarian work and her commitment to creating real change beyond the stage. When it comes to legacy, Lauryn Hill's impact on modern music is undeniable. Despite the controversies, the silence, and the long absence from the spotlight, her influence has never faded. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill remains one of the most respected albums of all time. Its blend of soul, R&B, and reggae, combined with deeply personal, honest storytelling, redefined what hip-hop could be. It wasn't just an album, it was a statement. The themes she explored, love, heartbreak, identity, and social justice, connected with people on a level that went far beyond music. And in doing so, she raised the bar for every artist that came after her. You can still hear her influence today, in the sound of artists like Beyoncé, Alicia Keys, and Janelle Monáe, artists who have all credited Lauryn Hill as a major inspiration. She didn't just create music, she shifted the culture. But maybe her most powerful statement wasn't in a song, it was in her decision to walk away. In an industry that constantly demands more content, more visibility, more compromise, Lauryn Hill chose something different. She chose herself. Her decision to step back, to protect her peace, and to remain authentic in a system that often rewards conformity became a message in itself. A reminder that success isn't just about staying in the spotlight. Sometimes, it's about knowing when to leave it. And that's why her legacy goes far beyond her discography. Lauryn Hill isn't just remembered as a legendary artist, she's remembered as someone who stood firm in her truth, even when it came at a cost. Her story is not just about fame, it's about resilience, about creativity, about the courage to be different in a world that pushes you to be the same. And even today, her presence is still felt. In the music, in the culture, in the artists she inspired. Lauryn Hill didn't disappear. She became something else, something timeless. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more stories like this, click on one of the videos on your screen right now.